Amateur hour at the White House. Amateur hour, Michael, what do you mean by that?
Well, look, there are two stories last week in the New York Times that really caught my attention. One was, as you mentioned, the kill list, where the president sits there with the leaders of the national security agencies and apparently the CIA and the Pentagon, and he gives his approval as to who the drones will target. They have apparently like a baseball card system where it tells you who these people are, what their background is, and he signs off on plans to assassinate them with drones. They describe the meeting, all the president's men describe the meetings, who says what, they quote the president. The New York Times also has a story that same week about the Stuxnet virus, which was used to disrupt the Iranian nuclear facility computers. In this story, the administration admits that the United States and Israel cooperated on this together, and they show how it was entered into the Iranian computer system. This is insane. This is stuff that should remain secret for 20 or 30 or 40 years. These are not the things you let out during a campaign, and I believe David Axelrod is at the terrorist meeting, the Terror Tuesday meetings they're called. For David Axelrod, the president's campaign strategist, to be at these meetings and then to tell the New York Times who says what and all these stories, it's clearly a coordinated leak designed to make the president look tough on the war on terror.
So we just saw video of David Axelrod. He denies being at those meetings for whatever that's worth. But you believe that these national security secrets are for political gain?
Absolutely. These are things that are about America's interest around the world. These are things that involve our allies, they involve our security operations, and as Pete King, the Republican head of the Homeland Security Committee in the House told me, he said, this is a pattern goes back 2 years now. It starts with every time there's an operation, such as Osama bin Laden, the White House suddenly starts leaking operational details, and it's all designed to make the president look good. It's all designed to show that the president is tough on terror.
So you believe that if we're seeing this type of activity in June, you call what could be ahead before November dangerous. In what way?
Well, because I think, for example, our security with the Stuxnet virus now, what they've done is they've outed some Iranians are clearly were helping us. They've said this in the New York Times now. They've said, you know, they've told how we did it. It identifies our allies. It identifies conspirators working with us to disrupt the Iranian nuclear program. When the Osama bin Laden raid, they talked about how the helicopters evaded the radar. The doctor who was arrested and sentenced by Pakistan for 33 years. All of these things have been identified by the White House just in service of the president's campaign. I think it's outrageous, and as I say, it's only June. Who knows what they'll leak next?
Well, we'll be here to highlight all of it, I'm sure. Michael Goodwin, the New York Post columnist. Thanks for your